Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, they're debating now if they deliver fighter jets to Ukraine or not. They got to this point. And I am 99.9 certain that they will deliver fighter jets to Ukraine. They will do everything but nuclear weapons to Ukraine. I think they already have troops in there, they being NATO, Americans, British and others. They gave Ukraine weapons as like how should I put it, overdosed on weapons deliveries. And they conduct the war for the Ukrainians. It's not the Ukrainians, I should not use it that way, because it's not the Ukrainians. Ukrainians are just you have like a cancer that attacks a body, an organism. It's not about the organism, it's about the cancer. The cancer dictates what's going on in that organism. It's not the body. The body is just there and is destroyed by this disease or illness or however you want to call it. The same here. Ukraine is just the body, the organism that provides the ability to this cancer to act on its integrity. So in this case we find out that this cancer will provide more damage to the host, which is more weapons in fighter jets. Why is this cancer? Is because by doing this you will just destroy the host. You're not going to make it better. However you think that NATO defends Ukraine and helps the Ukraine, it just, I think, destroys that country more and more and more. And as I said, as long as Putin and the situation stays as it is economically in Russia, this can go on and on and on. And we are dragged into this, and we're gonna pay, and our children will pay, and so on. The Ukrainians are already... Well, anyway, this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine, November 29th, 2022. NATO leaders again considering transfer of fighter jets to Ukraine. That's gonna happen, of course, and probably is gonna be a third-party country that says we don't need MiG-29s anymore or something like that, and we're gonna just donate it, and in the meantime we're gonna buy from the American military industrial complex new, I don't know, F-16, F-15, something old, and we're gonna, we make some money, they make some money, we meaning I don't know exactly who, but we make some money by paying taxes for those companies to give us being these countries that would make deals with Raytheon and Lockheed Martin. So, according to Stavridis, the West must increase its support to Ukrainian air defense efforts amid Russian mass missile attacks on Ukraine's critical infrastructure. Well, I thought that Ukrainians are hitting almost everything in the sky. And I also heard from the same guys that Ukraine has air supremacy in Ukraine. Things don't match. So when they don't match, they're lying. They're all lying, but in order for us to figure things out, you have to be vigilant, and you have to, get from one article, get the truth that was not said in another article, and from another article get the truth that was not said in this article. But you have to be very careful. Like, for instance, right now they tell us that the West must increase its support to Ukrainian air defense efforts. I thought they were all good. They were fantastic. So now you find out they're not fantastic. So everything that you hear, oh, they're doing excellent, they destroy 90% of the Russian missiles and all that, that's a lie. Otherwise, why would you be so desperate to increase? Must increase. Must. Why? If you're doing something great, it doesn't mean it cannot be improved, but it seems to me here that this is kind of like an urgent matter. So he suggested that Ukraine may receive increased number of high-end air-to-surface missile systems like the superb Iron Dome developed jointly by the United States and Israel. NATO Patriot batteries that are also going along the Polish border, and possibly tactical fighter jets. Hey buddy, this article was done on the 29th. Poland already said they will not get the Patriot missile systems, and they said that maybe Ukraine should get it, and eventually probably is going to get it. But anyway, the Ukrainians will not be operating it. It's going to be the Americans operating the Patriots, because they're not ready to give this kind of defense systems to a country that they know it's corrupt, and that could end up on the black market, or some Russian inspectors can come and take a look at it. You know what I mean? Inspect it. So there's certain things that are not said, but you find out, oh, Patriot was delivered, really, and the Ukrainians just learn in 3 days and 5 hours, right, how to operate it. I'm not saying they're idiots or something, but it's not only that, it's also the risk that those systems will end up where they will end up. Black market, Russia and others. Not only Russia. Do you think that China is not ready to grab some? And Iran and others? Everybody, the enemies, the opponents. Alright, so this is, and then it says here, Patriot batteries that are also going along the Polish border, and possibly tactical fighter jets. What does it mean, tactical? The ones that don't release and shoot bombs and rockets and missiles, that's what tactical is. Just fly around, tactical. Oh my God, these are weasel words. When you watch a football game, soccer game, that's technique and it's tactic. Okay, technique is individual, airplane player, and tactic is how the whole team is playing against the situation, the other team. In this way, imagine the airplanes in a war. How can they play a tactical role? You just deploy them here and look around, and then they come back here and they go here. No, they're technical as well. They're going to go and shoot, going to do a dribbling, is going to shoot the ball, is going to defend, is going to fall to the other guy, is going to grab his neck and so on. Tactical. Okay, great. It's just weasel talk. Leaders in, and I'm quoting, leaders in NATO capitals are also revising an idea that was discarded in early days of the war, providing either, so it's not only one, it's now we have choices, either MiG-29 Soviet-era fighters. The Polish have offered to transfer them to the Ukrainians, or even US surplus F-16s. A simple to learn multi-role fighter, he wrote. Yeah, I mean, get a toddler is gonna learn. Jesus Christ. Stavridis stressed that the air war will continue to go in favor of Putin without such measures. What? So you hear? Again, this is information from this side, from this article about other article, and you find out that actually the war was going good in Putin's favor, the air. I thought that the Ukrainians have supremacy and they do whatever they want. They shoot down Putin's, they're good, man. And now you find out that actually stressed that the air war will continue. That means it was, and it is, going in favor of Putin without such measures. You think? Now which one is it? When they need to ask for weapons, they say, oh, the situation is bad, we're losing. When they need to get people go and fight and die for the guys across the Atlantic, oh my God, we're winning, let's go, now keep the Russians running. Now which one is it? Both? Probably, but they change how the wind blows. US political news outlet Politico reported on September 16 that Ukraine has stopped publicly asking for high-end US weapons such as Patriot air defense systems, F-16 fighter jets and Grey Eagle drones. But behind the scenes, the push hasn't stopped for weapons that could turn the tide of the war, Politico wrote. What do you mean turn the tide? Didn't the Russians lose already? I thought they were losing. What tide? That means the Ukrainians are losing. I just made a video a minute ago regarding these weasels saying, well, the Russians are losing. Which one is it now? They're losing now, and in 3 seconds after this they're winning, and so on. According to the Spectator news magazine, the United States scuppered a deal for Poland to provide Ukraine with Soviet-made MiG MiG-29 jets back in March due to a back-channel investigation by Beijing. I don't know what exactly was over there, but anyway, they will get, did you hear now? They have offers. It's not like if we should send. They're at next level. What kind? You see, well, honey, we gotta go and buy some, should we go and buy some boots for the kids for the winter? That's the first, should we or should not? And then we make a decision, yeah, we think we should go. Okay, that means the decision. And then you go further. Okay, what kind? Oh, what store? When? You see, all these things are next. These guys are already there. They passed the thing that if is going to be what kind. And not what kind. We already have two names. So they're so far ahead, and it's going to happen. That's going to happen. And the Russians will say, okay, thank you very much. The West is not involved. Is Russia against 20 or 30 or 40 other hyenas, including the big lion, which is the United States. The rest are hyenas, bottom feeders. Pop, 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 pop. You know how the carp goes at the bottom of the lake and eats whatever falls down or whatever comes from the soil, from the bottom of the lake. That's what these guys are, bottom feeders, hyenas. They stay behind the great lion, big lion, and they... And when the other lion just looks around, they... That's what it is. All right. So F-16s or MiG-29s. We'll see. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.